going on, everybody? Are we recording? We are recording. What's going on, everybody? This is Mike coming at you with another video. It's a different type of a video. Not really going to be playing too much. Basically just going to be running through my settings, what I run in-game, and a few of the classes that I run as well. Settings. That's fucking Kobe. Anyway, I'm going to run through these really quickly because I don't think too many people really care about what I run on my sensitivity and things like that. I'm just going to go through a few settings that some people might not know are there or know what they do. So first off, I mean, sensitivity, as you guys can see, 55.7 on ADS. I play tactical flipped, and I use that dynamic response curve. Now, this is something that was introduced last game in the MW series, and it basically I found it helped a lot better just to tracking in gunfights, things like that. So I do use that in this game as well. Now, basically, there's another setting that was added into an earlier update earlier in the year, and that is your target aim assist mode. Now, the target aim assist mode has 4 different settings. There's standard, which I can kind of run through right now. If this guy stops shooting me, so it slows down slightly. I mean, not too much as you're tracking. You see it slow down as I get closer to him. Not as much. Now we're gonna... Legacy is basically more default Warzone, so it's gonna feel more like the MW engine because they are 2 different games. Obviously, there are some differences. So they did add Legacy in there for the players, I mean, that do play both, which is very... I mean, it's pretty convenient if you do hop from back and forth between the games to kind of keep a consistent feel. Now, the next setting is precision. Now, precision basically slows down when you're really close to the target. It doesn't really slow down when you're farther out to the left or the right. As you can see, I'm still moving pretty quickly away from the target, and then as I drag over, it will lock there. See how it kind of slows down a bit there. I'll try to do it right here. You can see it slow down. So that is a different setting there. That is best for accurate players, it says. As you can see, I mean, all this stuff is preference. It doesn't make that big of a difference in terms of your shooting. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's different while you're playing. But again, this is a type of setting that you're just gonna have to kind of want to play with to know what you like the most. So I do use Legacy, if you were wondering. That is basically the standard because I do have Warzone. To this game, I do use Legacy. Aim assist response. Jumping down into the advanced settings now. This is something that most people probably do ignore in terms of your input threshold, which is basically how your joysticks are registered. And how fast, you know, the input is registered while you make the movements on your controller. So I have these down to 5 for my right and left. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a genius in terms of, you know, coding and how video games are made and, you know, what's the best to run and what's not the best to run. I'm not going to pretend like I know all that because I do not. Now, there's a few things that you can have in this game as well, like auto sprint. I tend to keep that off because I don't like getting caught in this little motion here where you're sprinting instead of just snapping your controller. So yeah, basically that's my settings in Cold War, my in-game settings. Nothing too crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary. Now we're just going to run through some classes. So basically the first class that you probably going to see me use most of the time is the AK-74U. Now, the AK-74U is easily the best submachine gun in the game in terms of it just damage, mobility, everything that you want out of a sub you can get with this one. The attachments that I do run are the Spetsnaz compensator, the RD the reinforced barrel, Spetsnaz speed grip, the GRU elastic wrap, and the skeletal stock. Now these attachments are basically the essential attachments that you want to be running if you are using a submachine gun. As you can see, I mean, it keeps the time to kill very consistent at long to medium ranges, as well as, obviously your close range gunfights you're going to fry because you do have a sub. It's about 4 or 5 bullets, to kill consistently at any range. This is the class setup that the pros are running at the current moment with all these attachments on the 74U. Get a few more kills here just running around the map, just kind of show the consistency. Okay, the next class we're going to be running through is the XM4. Now this is basically one of the 2 main ARs that are currently being ran in the game. Now for a more standard traditional stand-up AR, the Krig 6 is still, in my opinion, better at range. If you're just trying to hold down spawns and look down a lane, the Krig 6 is definitely the gun for you. Almost right there next to the Krig in terms of how good the gun actually is. Sprint around the map and tear with. And to show you exactly what I run, as you can see, it absolutely fries consistently. The XM4 is very consistent in time to kill at various different ranges. Some could argue that it even fries better up close than some subs. So just keep in mind, this is a gunfighter class, so you will have to run the gunfighter wildcard. Basically, will give you 10 attachments on the gun. Moving on to the attachments, I run the Milflex LED for the reflex, or the optic, some people have preference with this. Some people like running the Mil Stop. I've seen the Cobra red dot and the quick dot been run at different times by different players. So I feel like the reticle your optic is completely or it could be just personal preference. However, most of these attachments, again, you should be running on this gun. Infantry compensator, the Ranger barrel. This worried about the firepower and the range of the gun. You should just be running a Krig at that point, if that's what your main concern is, because again, this class setup is more of like a flex. It's more of like a flex class, so the Ranger barrel definitely just gives you the benefit of having that bullet velocity, meaning you have the advantage in those longer range gunfights, and it doesn't hinder your movement speed that much around the map. Moving on, we use the steady aim laser, the field agent grip, the 40 round mags, because this gun does have a really high fire rate, so it does burn through mags pretty quickly. The airborne elastic wrap and the Raider pad are definitely just staples when it comes to an AR in attachments, for the flinch resistance and the mobility in terms of the stock movement. So yeah, that is the XM4 class that I do run. Your third. So if you can just, if you can hit the bullets, it's only about 5 bullets to kill at range, medium to long range gunfights. That's my classes for Cold War, typically that you would see me run, either in a video or on stream, with the XM4 or AK-74U. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, comment if you want, or don't. I don't really know what I want to say, because I'm new to this shit and I don't have an outro, so thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys. Peace.